So Russell, this is, I suspect, one of those scripts that you pick it up and you say, "Oh my goodness, I have to make this movie. Oh my goodness, how do I make this movie?" Can you describe what it was like when you first came across Nacho's screenplay?
Sure. Well, I loved it, and there was that leap of faith you always have to make when you're going to produce and finance a movie. And this looked like a bigger leap than most. It looked like a chasm. But what was on the other side was so cool that we had to go for it.
What does he say it's about, and what does he say it's about in terms of taking the genre, the kind of romantic comedy genre, and turning it upside down?
Well, first of all, it's about alcohol,
Right.
a lot of it. And he's a avid drinker. But he also appreciates the damage that it can cause, and he's very sensitive to it. So that was his main theme. But he's also into subverting genre, and that's the way he drags it. To me, really, it's a surreal film. But it's so cleverly pulled off because it keeps giving you the perception that it's going to be a genre film.
Right.
And it keeps subverting it, and it just drags you through the whole story. And when I think about it, I think, wow, he made a surreal film, and we better not tell anybody about it.
What was its status when your company got involved?
It was about 3 or 4 months prior to pre-production, but there was still some uncertainty about whether the film would go because of the financing, and we were asked in to co-finance and produce the picture with Voltage, our partners.
And he had initially developed this not even as an English language movie, is that right?
This was originally developed as a Spanish language film that Nacho was planning to make for under $1 million. His agent, however, got the translated version to Anne, and she immediately said yes, and Jason followed up almost immediately afterward. So instead of making it for $500,000, he made it for about 15 times that.
So where does that happen in your involvement? Is Anne attached? Is she coming in? Are they about to start shooting? Where does your company get in, and what are the problems that you have to solve?
Well, my biggest problem was convincing my South Korean partners to spend several $1 million on a movie about a thoughtless American drunk who destroys half of Seoul.
And how did you go about selling that idea to them? Because I suspect the answer is they came in?
They came in, and the answer is, well, what I told them was that it was a classic Anne Hathaway fairy tale that would undoubtedly make hundreds of millions of dollars.
And they said, sure, we're in.
Yes.
The one thing that is noticeable if you look closely the second time I've seen this film is Anne Hathaway's costumes are a little baggy and a little loose, and that's for a reason, isn't it?
Well, she found out during the insurance exam for the film that she was pregnant. So, and that was.
Wait, what is an insurance exam? I've not heard that phrase. Is
well,
this where they bring in their doctor to make sure everybody's safe and sound?
Yeah, and
Okay.
she didn't know she was pregnant, which could have thrown the whole thing overboard, but she decided to go ahead, bless her soul, and she did an incredible job.
Russell Levine, thanks for bringing us your movie.